The Galactic Alliance's first miscalculation was assuming that any species hailing from a death world would be crude and unsophisticated. Their second misstep was voicing this assumption directly to humanity. Ambassador Sarah Chen stood before the Alliance Council, her composure unwavering despite the patronizing smiles aimed at her by the alien delegates. The council chamber, with its towering crystalline spires and floating platforms, was undoubtedly built to intimidate. Yet Chen, who grew up in the underwater cities of New Shanghai, found such displays unimpressive. As I was saying, began High Counselor Vex Thor, his translucent tentacles rippling with disdain, humanity's application for full Alliance membership must be denied. Your species has yet to demonstrate the required level of sophistication. Chen's neural implants, transmitting real-time data back to Earth Command, recorded every word. She didn't need them to recognize this pivotal moment. Humanity had spent the decades since first contact preparing for precisely this scenario. "We understand," High Counselor Chen replied with a serene smile. "Earth will, of course, continue under provisional membership status. Our only goal is to contribute as productive members of the galactic community." The council members visibly relaxed, reassured by what they perceived as primitive compliance. None noticed that Chen's smile never reached her eyes. What the Alliance had failed to uncover and hadn't thought to investigate was how humanity had already outpaced them in several critical ways. While Alliance ships relied on brute force FTL drives that tore through space, humanity's vessels moved silently through dimensional folds. Their weapons, built on raw energy principles, were no match for Earth's technology, which could manipulate the fabric of reality itself. Chen's orders were clear: let them think humanity was primitive. Let them underestimate. It was a strategy as ancient as human civilization appear weak when strong. Back aboard her ship, Chen initiated a quantum-encrypted transmission to Earth Command. "Phase 1 complete," she reported. "As predicted, they rejected our application." Fleet Admiral Jackson's hologram nodded gravely. "Good. How long until they attempt to guide our development?" 6 months. At most, Chen replied. "They'll likely start by restricting our expansion into the Orion Arm." "Perfect. That gives us time to position our assets. Keep playing the peaceful primitive. Let's hope they never give us a reason to prove otherwise." Chen knew better. The Alliance's history was rife with examples of them exploiting less advanced species. The question wasn't if they would overreach, but when. Over the following months, humanity outwardly accepted every restriction with grace: no new colonies without approval. Understood. Limited technology exports. Reasonable. Restricted access to certain space sectors. Complied. Behind the scenes, however, human quantum computers infiltrated Alliance networks. Stealth observation posts appeared in hidden dimensions, and shipyards across Earth's sphere constructed a new fleet blending human ingenuity with concepts the Alliance couldn't even fathom. Dr. Marcus Rivera, head of Earth's Special Technologies Division, submitted his weekly report with visible excitement. "Phantom drive tests exceeded expectations," he wrote. "We can now cloak entire fleets from Alliance sensors. They're searching for tachyon signatures, but we've moved beyond their understanding of reality." Chen forwarded the report to Earth Command with a simple note: "We'll be ready." As Alliance ships patrolled Earth's solar system, flaunting their power, Chen recalled an ancient Earth saying, "Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall." The Alliance thought they were containing a primitive species. In truth, they were completing humanity's preparations. Every patrol revealed more about their capabilities, every interaction exposed a weakness, and every condescending smile steeled humanity's resolve. They wouldn't strike first, that wasn't humanity's way, but when the Alliance pushed too far, Earth would respond. Then the galaxy would understand why Earth was classified as a death world. Dr. Rivera stood in his underground lab, 30 kilometers beneath the Pacific Ocean, monitoring quantum probability streams on his holoscreens. To most Alliance species, the crushing pressures, near total darkness, and frigid temperatures of this environment would spell doom. For humanity, it was just another day. Run the simulation again, Rivera instructed his AI. Focus on power signature masking. The Alliance patrol had passed through the Sol system just yesterday, their ships broadcasting energy signatures like beacons. They hadn't noticed the human observation posts hidden in the asteroid belt. Nor did they realize that every photon they emitted was analyzed and cataloged to refine humanity's countermeasures. Rivera's quantum communicator chimed with a direct call from Ambassador Chen. "How close are we?" she asked without preamble. "The Phantom drives are operational," Rivera reported, skillfully manipulating the probability streams on his holoscreens. "We can now maneuver entire battle groups without leaving so much as a gravitational ripple. But I assume that's not the reason for your call." "No," Chen replied, her hologram flickering slightly, a hint of concern in her expression. "The Alliance has established a security checkpoint in the Proxima Centauri system. They're inspecting all human vessels for restricted technologies." Rivera's hands froze. "They're testing us." "Worse," Chen said grimly. "They're looking for an excuse. Intelligence suggests they've detected some of our deep space mining operations. They don't know what we're building, but they're getting suspicious. Those mining operations were one of humanity's greatest deceptions, vast automated facilities ostensibly extracting raw materials, yet secretly assembling components of a far more advanced project. Alliance regulations prohibited interference in what appeared to be primitive resource gathering, but their scrutiny was increasing. "Have they detected the quantum signatures?" Rivera asked. "Not yet," Chen confirmed, "but they're noticing anomalies, ships avoiding specific sectors, mining sites with unusually low yields. They haven't figured it out, but they're smart enough to suspect something." Rivera accessed another display, revealing the status of Project Prometheus. Thousands of inconspicuous mining platforms scattered across human-controlled space were actually parts of an immense system. Individually, the components appeared rudimentary to Alliance scans. Together, they were anything but. "We're 82% complete," Rivera informed her. "We need at least 3 more months." "We might not have that long," Chen warned. "The Alliance Council is voting next week on establishing permanent bases in human territory for our own protection, of course." Rivera swore under his breath. If they build bases, they could detect the quantum grid when we activate it. "Exactly," Chen said. "We need options." Rivera studied the shifting probability streams, potential futures branching and merging. "There's one possibility," he said cautiously. "We've been testing a new application of quantum entanglement. Instead of hiding our activities, we could make them look like something else entirely." "Explain." "We can create quantum mirages, false data that shows them exactly what they expect to see. They'll believe they're observing primitive mining operations while we complete the grid undetected." Chen's hologram broke into a faint, grim smile. "Do it. But be careful. If they realize how far ahead we are, they'll try to eliminate us before we're a threat." Rivera nodded. "The irony is, if they hadn't treated us like primitives, we might never have built this." After Chen signed off, Rivera sent updated instructions to the automated facilities. Quantum fields shifted, twisting reality. To any Alliance observer, humanity's actions would seem entirely mundane, predictable, and harmless. At Earth Command, Fleet Admiral Jackson reviewed Rivera's report. The quantum grid, disguised as communication relays and waste processors, was nearing completion. When activated, it would grant humanity control over space and time within its reach. "Status report," Jackson commanded. "The Alliance patrol patterns suggest they remain unaware of our true capabilities," the AI replied. "Their intelligence still classifies Earth as a developing civilization with limited technological understanding." Jackson allowed himself a slight smile. Humanity had long mastered the art of appearing weaker than they were, ensuring their adversaries underestimated them until it was too late. But Alliance patrols were growing bolder, their demands increasingly intrusive. It wasn't a question of if they would push too far, but when. On that day, the galaxy would learn why Earth thrived on a death world not through brute force or superior technology, but by knowing how to bide their time while preparing for their enemy's downfall. The quantum grid continued to grow, concealed in plain sight in labs buried deep underground, in orbital facilities disguised as repair stations, and in mining platforms scattered across space. Humanity pressed forward, preparing for the moment diplomacy would no longer suffice. The Hope's Promise research station orbited Europa, its exterior appearing battered and outdated by Alliance standards. Inside, however, Dr. Elena Santos was making history, though the Alliance would never realize it. Quantum entanglement field stable, her AI reported. Biometric interface functioning at optimal efficiency. Santos observed as her latest experiment unfolded, human consciousness transferring seamlessly across quantum states, enabling instantaneous communication over any distance. While the Alliance relied on FTL transmissions that took hours to traverse the galaxy, humanity had already surpassed such constraints. The station's proximity alert sounded. A third Alliance inspection vessel this week was approaching. Santos activated the station's quantum barrage protocols without hesitation. To Alliance scanners, the Hope's Promise would appear to be conducting nothing more than basic medical research with primitive life support systems. But this time was different. "Attention, human research station," crackled the Alliance commander's voice through the comm. "Our sensors have detected unauthorized energy signatures. Prepare for immediate boarding and inspection." Santos frowned. The quantum mirages should have concealed everything. Quickly, she checked the readings and felt her stomach drop. The Alliance ship was using a new scanning system capable of partially detecting quantum state variations. Without delay, she initiated emergency protocols, transferring critical data through the quantum network. "This is Dr. Elena Santos of the Hope's Promise," she transmitted. "We are conducting authorized medical research under Section 7 of the Provisional Membership Agreement. Our work has saved lives across 3 sectors." The Alliance commander's reply was cold and unwavering. "Your species has repeatedly failed to comply with proper technological protocols. We are authorized to use force if necessary." Santos's heart sank as she watched the Alliance vessel power its weapons. "Please," she pleaded. "We have over 200 researchers aboard, including Alliance scientists. Any attack could rupture containment fields." The Alliance ship fired. It was a calculated warning shot, intended to disable rather than destroy, but it struck one of the station's quantum field generators. The impact triggered an unforeseen cascade reaction. A massive quantum surge tore through the lower levels of the station. Emergency systems activated immediately, saving most of the crew and vital research data, but 23 lives were lost in the chaos, 5 of them Alliance citizens. As escape pods launched from the crippled station, Santos managed to send one final quantum transmission to Earth Command. "They've crossed the line." The response came instantly, rippling across humanity's quantum network to every ship, station, and colony. Protocol Omega is now in effect. Hidden systems came to life. The quantum grid, nearly complete, surged with latent energy. In underground bases and secret facilities, technologies humanity had concealed for decades began to emerge from the shadows. Ambassador Chen was in the midst of yet another tedious Alliance Council session when she received the news. Rising abruptly, she interrupted High Counselor Vex Thor mid-sentence. "This emergency session is now over," she announced, her tone sharp and commanding, silencing the chamber. "Humanity hereby withdraws from the Provisional Membership Agreement." "You cannot simply," Vex Thor began, but Chen cut him off. 23 people are dead," she stated coldly, 5 of them your own citizens. The Alliance has proven it cannot be trusted with galactic leadership. "Is that a threat?" Ambassador demanded another delegate. "No," Chen replied, her smile sharp as a blade. "It is a notification. For years you've treated humanity as primitive, dangerous, something to be contained and controlled. But none of you ever asked why a species from a death world would choose to appear so harmless. Chen stood tall, exuding an authority the Alliance had underestimated for far too long. We played by your rules. We endured your restrictions, and you repaid us with murder. The chamber erupted in protests and accusations, but Chen's voice rose above them. You have 1 hour to withdraw all Alliance forces from human space. After that, we will remove them ourselves. Your delusional Vex Thor spluttered. Your fleet is no match for ours. Who said anything about our fleet? Chen's calm, chilling smile left the chamber in stunned silence. Did you really think we spent the last decade simply tolerating your restrictions? We've been preparing, learning, and building. Turning to leave, she paused. 1 hour. Use it wisely. As Chen's quantum transmission reached Earth Command, Fleet Admiral Jackson gave the order they had prepared for years to execute. Activate the quantum grid. Let's show them what a Death World species is truly capable of. Across the galaxy, humanity's hidden strength began to unveil itself. Thousands of seemingly innocuous mining platforms, research stations, and communication relays transformed as the quantum mirages dissipated. Their true nature was revealed: a vast, interconnected quantum grid. The Alliance's response came exactly as predicted. A fleet of 1,000 warships materialized across human space, their weapons powered and their commanders brimming with overconfidence. In Earth Command's quantum center, Fleet Admiral Jackson surveyed the tactical display with calm precision. Status of the grid, he asked. Fully operational, reported Dr. Rivera. Quantum synchronization is complete. Reality anchors are in place. The Alliance fleet is exactly where we need them. Across human space, the components of the grid, cleverly disguised as primitive infrastructure, activated in unison. A vast network, years in the making, was now fully realized. Santos swiftly engaged the station's quantum mirage protocols. To the Alliance's scanners, the Hope's Promise appeared as nothing more than a basic medical facility with rudimentary life support systems. But this time, something was different. Attention. Human Research Station, the Alliance commander's voice crackled through the comms. We've detected unauthorized energy signatures. Prepare for immediate boarding and inspection. Santos frowned. The quantum mirages should have concealed everything. She checked the readings, her blood running cold. The Alliance ship was using new scanning technology capable of partially detecting quantum state variations. Without hesitation, she activated emergency protocols, transmitting critical data through the quantum network. This is Dr. Elena Santos of the Hope's Promise, she transmitted calmly. We are conducting authorized medical research under Section 7 of the Provisional Membership Agreement. Our work saves lives across multiple sectors. The response from the Alliance commander was unyielding. Your species has repeatedly violated technological development protocols. We are authorized to use force if necessary. Santos watched with growing dread as the Alliance vessel powered its weapons. Please, she urged. We have over 200 researchers aboard, including scientists from your own worlds. Any attack risks breaching our containment fields. The Alliance ship fired. The warning shot was intended to disable, but instead struck one of the station's quantum field generators. The impact triggered an unanticipated cascade reaction. A massive quantum surge ripped through the lower levels of the station. Emergency systems saved most of the crew and data, but 23 lives were lost, 5 of them Alliance citizens. As escape pods launched from the damaged station, Santos managed a final transmission to Earth Command. They've crossed the line. The response came instantly, rippling through humanity's quantum network to every ship, station, and colony. Protocol Omega is now active. Hidden systems across human space came to life. The quantum grid, years in the making, surged with latent energy. In secret labs and fortified facilities, humanity's concealed technologies began to emerge. Ambassador Chen, mid-session at the Alliance Council, received the update. Rising abruptly, she interrupted High Counselor Vex Thor mid-sentence. This session is over, she declared, her tone commanding. Humanity hereby withdraws from the provisional membership agreement. You can't simply, Vex, Thor began, but Chen cut him off with icy precision. 23 people are dead, she said. 5 of them Alliance citizens. The Alliance has proven itself incapable of galactic leadership. Is that a threat? Ambassador demanded another delegate. No, Chen replied, her calm smile sharp as a blade. It's a statement. For years you've treated humanity as primitive, dangerous, something to be controlled. Yet none of you ever asked why a Death World species would appear so harmless. Standing tall, she projected an authority the Council had never anticipated. We played by your rules, we tolerated your restrictions, and you rewarded our patience with murder. The chamber erupted into chaos, but Chen's voice silenced it. You have 1 hour to withdraw all Alliance forces from human space. After that, we will remove them ourselves. Your delusional, Vex, Thor sputtered. Your fleet is no match for ours. Who said anything about a fleet? Chen's smile was as chilling as it was confident. Did you think we spent the last decade merely enduring your restrictions? We've been preparing. With that, she turned and walked away, pausing only to add, 1 hour. Use it wisely. At Earth Command, Fleet Admiral Jackson gave the long-awaited order. Activate the quantum grid. Let's show them what a Death World species can truly do. Across human space, the hidden components of the quantum grid revealed their true nature. Mining platforms, research stations, and communication relays transformed as quantum mirages dissipated, exposing a vast interconnected network capable of manipulating the very fabric of space and time. On the Alliance flagship, Supreme Commander Zixtal watched in stunned disbelief as his sensors reported incomprehensible readings. What are they doing? He demanded. The answer came in the voice of Ambassador Chen, broadcast simultaneously to every Alliance vessel. For years you restricted our technology, limited our expansion, and treated us like children. Today you learn why Death World species survive. At her signal, the quantum grid activated. The effects were subtle but devastating. Alliance weapons systems ceased functioning. Engines, though operational, could no longer produce the power needed for FTL travel. Targeting systems became useless, unable to lock onto any human installations. What have you done? Zixtal demanded. We've changed the rules, Chen replied. The quantum grid allows us to locally adjust fundamental constants. Your technology depends on physics behaving in specific ways. We've simply altered those parameters. The once dominant Alliance fleet was now powerless. Meanwhile, Dr. Santos, coordinating from Earth's backup facilities, initiated the next phase. The quantum network, dismissed by the Alliance as rudimentary, revealed its true purpose. Every human vessel, station, and facility synchronized into a single entity, sharing data and acting in perfect unison. You've been watching us, Admiral Jackson transmitted to the Alliance command, studying our ships, testing our capabilities, but you never asked why we let you see so much. To demonstrate, human ships emerged from quantum states undetectable by Alliance sensors. The seemingly primitive vessels now revealed advanced quantum engineering, operating on principles that defied conventional physics. Your hour is up, Chen declared. Now we demonstrate what happens when you push a Death World species too far. Dr. Rivera activated the final phase. The quantum grid pulsed, and every Alliance military installation, secret base, and weapons cache became visible to every species in the galaxy. We could destroy your military infrastructure entirely, Chen announced. But unlike you, we understand the responsibility of power. Instead, we offer you a choice. The grid shifted again, and Alliance ships regained mobility only along designated exit paths from human space. Leave now, Chen commanded, and we'll let you maintain the illusion of dominance. Stay, and we'll show you just how much more we've been hiding. The Alliance fleet retreated, their once mighty ships reduced to shadows of their former power. Humanity had shown the galaxy its strength not through violence, but with overwhelming technological superiority. The quantum grid, now fully operational, became a tool for revolutionizing galactic civilization. In the wake of the Alliance's defeat, the balance of power shifted. The era of fear was over, and a new age of cooperation and understanding had begun.